I have so much to say. When I'm in conversation, I become very excited and inspired to talk about the subjects that I like to talk about, that are self-development, spirituality, astrology, astronomy, numerology, all of these topics, religion, so many topics. And I get so many great downloads, information, just little nuggets of wisdom. But then I come on here and there's this stillness. And I want to sit in it. I'm going to sit in this stillness. Because I don't want to talk just to talk. I want to be intentional. And my intention is to get a message across. To whoever needs to hear it. Sometimes we're waiting for the perfect moment, and that moment is never going to come. We're waiting for the perfect circumstance, and that perfect circumstance is not going to come. Because many times we need to start with what we got. Many times the clarity will come once we have started. We want so badly to have the finished product. And what you don't know is that you would be robbing yourself of the whole journey. Of the whole point of this thing. You don't come to this dimension, to this earth, to a body. You are not born just to one day die. Because that's kind of how, if you would apply it to life, that's how it would be. When you want the end result already, right now, not the process of it. It's like saying, I don't want the life. I just want to go ahead and die. Like, end this. Like, give me the finished product. Tell me what's the end of the story is. It's like watching the way a movie begins and then skipping all the way to the end just to see how it ends. And that's it. You don't know of anything that happened in between because there was no patience, because we're so used to the instant gratification. There's no moment of consciousness where we're like, wait, stop. Like, this isn't natural. In nature, things take time. Nature takes time. Things take time. And we've forgotten that. We have forgotten that amongst technology advances and our cell phones. We have screens all over us. AI now. AI Can we talk about this for a moment? Like, for real. This is worrisome. Big time worrisome. Because I feel like this is going to cause such a massive split. It's going to be people that completely rely fully on AI. And there's going to be the people that the contrast is going to be so much that they'll actually steer towards a more organic, a more artisanal, a more traditional way, because they'll understand the value of it. Yeah. Technology was actually made to help us. That's what technology means. Something as simple as a pencil is technology. It's meant to help us, assist. But it has gotten to the point where instead of enabling our own skills, our own abilities, it is disabling us. It's making us lazy, overwhelmed. Because you may not believe that it is taking your energy, but it is actually taking your energy. It's an energy exchange. And when you reach for AI to do something as simple as replying to a text, as replying to an email, something so simple, there has to be a moment where you say, hey, hold on. How am I not capable? How am I not able to do this on my own? How am I so burnt out that I don't feel like I have the energy for this task? It's everything goes with everything is what I like to say. Like, it's like a domino effect, right? There's a lot of screen time. We have a lot of screen time. Then there's capitalism, work, and so many expectations and so many standards and so many things that we want to get done. We want to have a social life, and we want our houses to be organized, and the kids and the partner, or maybe not, or maybe you're talking to somebody, but there's so many things. We want to be in so many places and so many at the same time in so many different moments. We're always thinking, we're always on the go. Yeah, such a fast-paced life where there really isn't a moment of reflection to realize I haven't taken a single moment to just stop and look at the sky. I haven't taken a single moment to stop and look around me. For so long, I thought that there was something wrong with me. That there was something wrong with me because I forget about my phone. I forget about the world. And I'm just so in awe of what is around me. I love to find a moment. I love to find a moment to just go outside. I love to wake up and look at the sky, or look at the trees, look at the bushes, the palm trees, the birds, the butterflies, just to look around. I love to just be here now in the present. And I catch myself when there's this automatic thing to go and check my phone. And I'm like, no, stop. You don't need that. You want to connect. You don't want that. You want to connect. You don't want to consume. You want to connect. And how do we connect? We meditate. We go outside. We connect with the present moment. We connect with the people around us, but truly be present. But it's important to really open our eyes. It's a matter of opening our eyes and realizing this is taking from me more than it's giving. And you can apply that to anything and everything in your life. This is taking from me more than it's giving. This AI situation and technology and iPhones and the screens, it can all be very helpful. And we can get so far, but we need a balance. We need to be aware of how far into this rabbit hole we have gone. And stop and say, hold on. This is not the lifestyle that I care to carry. Like, it really comes down to that. To prioritizing what kind of lifestyle you wish to have. If you want a lifestyle based on instant gratification, you'll never feel fulfilled. You'll never get there. Because believe it or not, humans are made to produce, yes, but not in the way capitalism has set it up. No. No, that is not the way. But we are natural creators. We are creation. We are creators. We are meant to be creating, not consuming, and definitely not telling a computer to create for us. That's just the cherry on top of it all. Creatives that have worked really hard on their craft now see themselves being threatened and kind of a little bit humiliated, a little bit undervalued, degraded by a computer system that they put in the codes and it does it. And so what now with the value behind what a human being can create? The value of creative energy. This is only going to value it even more. To truly see authenticity, something not built from a computer. That the artisanal things, the things made by hand, the things where a human had to put in time, valuable time and effort and energy, because everything that we create with our hands has our energy in it. Everything. Our hands are connected to our heart. They're connected to our chest. Here are the hands of your heart. These hands are to produce what your heart wishes to produce. And if you're like, there's nothing, like I just want to make money and I just want to live a luxurious lifestyle. That's because you are very, and I mean very, disconnected from your higher self, disconnected from your divine self. You're so consumed with what society finds attractive, with what society finds cool, and with what society glorifies, that you don't even know what it is that you like. You don't even know what your true taste is. You don't really know what would actually make your heart happy, because you're too busy looking around you to see, well, what makes somebody else happy? And which you're just assuming it makes them happy by the way that they portray themselves on social media. But you really don't know what's going on. But you go by what you see, by the screen that they're putting up. And because they're wearing high-end brands, and because they're traveling, and because they live this lifestyle, they must be happy. All their problems must be solved. Newsflash, they're not. They're not. Your problems don't get solved because you got money. They don't get solved because you traveled to the other side of the world. That's not how you solve the problems, because the problems are not material things. Your problems are emotional things. Your problems are spiritual things. You can fill your life up with things and you will still feel empty. That instant gratification is keeping you empty. Because you're not using your power to create, your innate right to create. And the technology has made us so lazy, so burnt out cognitively, that we can't even make up a sentence without using AI. Is that not sad? I had a girl tell me that to reply to a guy, she asked ChatGPT what to say. I'm at a loss for words. And the fact, I think the worst part is not even that they don't see a problem with it. I think that's the worst part. That they don't see a problem with it. Like, even find it funny. I don't find it funny. I don't find it cute. I don't find it funny. And I don't find it smart that you're using a computer to do basic human abilities like communicate. I know we're in this culture where anxiety and depression are like popular subjects. Yeah. Popular little conversations to have. Or like, oh, I have a bunch of anxiety. Oh, me too. Like things to have in common. But this isn't normal. This isn't natural. You don't think that all this technology, all this screen time, and such a lack of connection with nature and with our bodies, with what is natural, you don't think that that has anything to do with the amount of anxiety and depression that people have? The way blue light affects our brains. And we're like this. Before bed, the moment we wake up, all the time. Like this. Since I live mostly in the present moment, for the most part, I travel alone, and people look at me like I'm crazy because I do a lot of things alone. I like it. I like to be alone. I feel like you have a different experience when you're alone. And I don't, I am the best company. I like my company. I like my energy. And I don't know, I feel comfortable. I don't feel uncomfortable with being alone and just like sitting somewhere and just observing, just watching, just observing. Like, I'm really cool with this. I like to. And the last trip I did to Madeira, I was sitting at a restaurant, the most amazing view of the ocean, because Madeira is an island, a Portuguese island. And everywhere I sat to eat on this island, there was the amazing view of the ocean. I had the ocean always right in front of me. And I cannot explain to you the feeling that I get. It's the Scorpio in me that just in love. I'm enthralled. I am melted at just looking at the ocean. That alone is enough to fill me. But since I do have peripheral vision, really good one too, I did notice and I felt the eyes of people looking at me throughout the whole trip, actually. And it usually happens when the times that I've traveled alone, people look at me like, she's crazy. She's crazy. Like, she's here alone. And why am I so crazy? What's so crazy about it? I do feel like it has something to do with being a woman, though. Yeah? But that's a conversation for another day. For today, we're going to talk about just enjoying being in this present moment. Just taking a moment out of your day to really just enjoy the process that is your life, the journey. Yeah, not constantly frustrated and wanting and searching and seeking, but just being. Be here in the now. Results don't happen overnight. Nothing good and worthwhile happens overnight. Nothing. The best books, movies, art, the best things take years. Years to create. Anything good, anything worthwhile takes time to create. It takes time. It takes energy. And throughout that journey of creating, you learn to have patience. You learn new things about yourself. It's in the process of things. But if everything is so easy, then there's no process. And if there's no process, then we don't learn anything. And we just become just empty shells. We're just shells. Because the whole point of this thing is to use creative energy, is to use the energy that is within us to create. We are not human beings having just an experience. We're not just solid matter. We are vibration. And we will become vibration once again, once we are done with this life. We will return to our natural state once we are done with this round. But let's remember in the round that this is an experience to have, to enjoy, not to endure, not to just wait for the end. Just the end, the end of the day, the end of the week. Live intentionally. Live like you are expecting good things. Live like you are expecting to live your dreams. Because that is the point of this. To make it your dream. And to face karmic patterns and alchemize them. But again, conversation for another day. For now, just focus on enjoying the process, any process, enjoying the journey of making something, building something. It could be you building yourself. That's what self-development is, building your body. That takes time. I've gone back to the gym and I have experience working out. And I've learned the hard way what to do, what not to do. But now that I'm back and I'm a completely different person, I am not training my body just to get a physical, just to look a certain way, just to get a physical result. No, I actually want to feel good. I want to feel strong. I'm doing it for other reasons. My priorities are different. And so the way I train is different. I'm not going in and putting the most weight that I can and pushing all this weight and like I'm going to go at the rhythm that my body needs me to go at, because this is a climb. Okay. Life is a climb, and not of one mountain, of many mountains, many climbs. And I personally like to hike. If you don't, then learn or apply the metaphor on something else. But I like to go hiking. Yeah. And this is a hike up a mountain. It's a climb. We gotta go slow. Slow and steady wins the race. I see other women, mostly women, because I don't pay attention to men. I don't know. I'm a woman. I see them. I see these women. And from my point of view, from what I can tell, maybe they started recently. Maybe it was a New Year's resolution and they're starting to work out. But I see them carrying this crazy amount of weight. And I worry. I worry for their joints. I worry for their muscles, for their bodies, because I've already been there and I know that they can hurt themselves. Because we want results so fast that we're willing to put our bodies through hell to get there. But it just sets us back. We're just setting ourselves back. Because in wanting to do things so impatiently, so fast, I want it now, I want results now. What you're doing is just going to make this more excruciating. You're going to make this more painful for yourself simply because you're not being patient enough to wait out the length of time that it takes to get the result that you desire. You're dragging this out in the worst possible way because you don't have patience. when you do have patience, you're telling yourself that you are worth waiting for. That's what you're telling yourself. You are worth the wait. You are worth the patience. You are worth the compassion. When you create the design and you continue doing the next step, and it's never like, oh, that takes too long, or I'm going to take this shortcut, always looking for shortcuts. When you honor the amount of time something takes, that is honoring your power, your creative power, your divine power. You are honoring your essence. You are honoring you. Because you are power. Power in a human body. But the body has taken over. And if we don't open our eyes and realize what is happening, how far away we've gone from nature, from our nature, then unfortunately we'll see a lot of people that are a lot more like empty caves. So wherever you're at in life, you have a goal. It could be, like I was saying, your body. It could be a relationship. It could be a creative project. Anything at all. Growing out your nails, growing out your hair. It breaks my heart, literally breaks my heart to see women mutilate their hair and their nails because they don't have the patience to wait for it to grow out, to wait for it to get strong again. So they again put extensions in, or again they put acrylics on, and it breaks my heart because all it needs is a little time, a little love. And it's worth it because you're worth it. You're worth the time. You're worth the love. You are worth the process it takes. You are worth the journey. If you take anything from this, let it be that. You are worth it. You are worth the patience. You are worth the compassion. And you are worth the time it takes. You are worth listening to. If your body is telling you something, then listen. Because whatever treatment you give your body, that is what you are telling yourself you deserve. Because you are in your body. In your body. So I'll leave you with that. And sending you so much love and light. And I'll see you next time. Love ya. Bye. Mwah.